All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rahava Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. Coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. I'm going to start at the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. All right, so we know that E, who is the wicked, according to the scriptures, he has done a lot of unrighteous dealings. Now, I want to jump to Isaiah chapter 10 and 1 real fast. Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. So a lot of unrighteous dealings that he have done is wicked laws that he have set up. Okay? He has gained a lot from what? His wicked laws, his wicked systems that he have put intact to what? Keep people in a snare, right? Which is a trap, right? And continually to gain off people who are stuck in his trap. You see? Because E's plan is not to help you. His plan is to keep his foot on your neck as much as possible. The reason why he has set up that 13th Amendment. Okay? Oh, saying what when you're dealing with a Emancipation Proclamation, that thing, right? All that was a transfer of ownership. Okay, instead of being privately owned, to be I believe to be like owned by the state or something to that effect. But it was just a transfer of ownership. That's all it was. It wasn't to set Jake free, but it was just a transfer. You see? So again, Isaiah chapter 10 verse 1, it says, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay? So a lot of his unrighteous dealings come from these wicked laws that he have set up, that he have put in place. And yes, it was set up to who? To trap and destroy you, Jake, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right? When you look globally, look at these things, who was all beat down? Who was on a worse predicament? You know, who was in the ghettos, the corners? Jake. All Jake in these different areas. Okay, so he have set up different things to continue to trap Jake and destroy them. Okay? Which he does it financially. But then what? When you're so beat down when you beat down enough financially, it can turn what? It can turn mentally, which then can turn physically. Okay? It's all a mind game. So jumping back, let's read it again. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 7. Because of unrighteous dealings, right? Unrighteous dealings, injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Let's get another example. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity. Unrighteous dealings, right? When you think about America, Babylon, and Great, and many other places, it was built upon the blood of who? You Israelites, right? You Israelites. And then he set up, once again, he has the system set up where for him to get ahead and for you to be down so long, then for him to finally say, you know what? We're going to give you a fair share, you know? Or, you know, let's say you started a 7-mile race, right? He gets to about 6 miles, and then he says, all right, you can start, right? After he gets that head start and says, you know, we started the race equally. We had a fair share. We both got the same start, the same starting, we both started at the same starting point, right? This is what he says. And then he thinks somehow that you're supposed to get to the same level or far as he did with far more less time. Okay? Because he is already established. He already established everything that he needed to establish. He already had his foot his not even a foot. He already had his feet in the world. Already on his 10 toes. While you're on your hands and knees and saying this is a fair shake. Right? So it says, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity. And this is what he have done. He established a city by unrighteous dealings. Through deceit. Through this Babylon juice that he has given to people. Right? Because this Babylon juice, this wine that is spoken about, that all the nations drunk out of this golden cup, it was what? It was to destroy them. It was to see their shame. Okay? It was done maliciously. Even jumping to the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1, it says what? Woe to the bloody city. Right? Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. America, Babylon the Great. This bloody city. And that's what it's all full of. It's full of lies and robbery. Okay? And more you see and you hear of all this unrighteous dealings that ye have done, that he have covered up. Because now their tongue is starting to fall apart themselves. Okay? This social media that he is, not the social media, but this, now I ain't gonna say the internet that he created, but Jay created the internet, but this internet has been, Eve's nightmare. Because it's airing out all his dirty laundry, all the shit that he do to Jake now with all these cell phones going out, going on live, and people putting it on these social media sites, and nations are seeing his wickedness worldwide. Okay, his shame, the lies that he have done, or his atrocities that he have done and covered it up, it's all starting to come out now. These different articles, old newspapers, books, photos, and it's being shared all across the internet, all to the whole world. But really, because that's one thing he's pissed about, but really it's pissed about whom waking up through this internet, through this word being spread like a wildfire through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. This beautiful gospel, this word. And it was stated in Ezekiel 37 that what? We will stand upon our feet as an exceedingly great army. That those dry bones will eventually get up. You see? It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. All right. So, jumping back, Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 8 says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, which this is how he has gained everything that he has today, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And this is the point that I wanted to really touch on. You are starting to see the transition. Okay? Because we are starting to see the fall of this place. And what happens to the fall of this place is the rise of the fall of this rulership, right? Of this current ruler. You see the rise of another. It's happening through the spirit right now, as you see. As you can see physically, he is falling through the spirit. You see Israel arising. Quam, right? Quam Yasha'Allah. Arise, Israel. It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 8. It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham to Isaac, and when Jacob and Esau were born, Jacob's hand held the heel of Esau symbolizing him pulling E out of power. And this is what you're seeing be done. Okay, this is what you're seeing be done. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that falleth. So we at the end of this man's kingdom. We at the end of this devil's rulership, right? It says, yeah, so that's the point. Yeah, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that falleth. So, hey, we at the end of this thing. Okay, we at the end of his world. We at the end of his rulership, the end of this wickedness. And who? Jacob is the beginning of it that falleth. That's right, man. So, Jake, we finna rule next, man. We about to rule next, and we about to rule the earth in complete righteousness under Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai. So I just thought something I touched on through the Spirit, while the Spirit was still hot on me. Lord willing, I hope it was edifying. Until next time, I want to say, Shalom.